Okay, YouTube, I'm going to do a short video here on how to clean your reed valves on a 05 zx10r. It should be the same on the 04. Both the first generation zx10 should be the same. Okay, of course you take your tank off, take your air box off. When you get up under here, under your tank, it's going to look kind of like this. Now, you're going to be tempted to try to get this plug off first. Don't do that. Pull it off of this side first. See, these are your reed valves back here. They're kind of hard to see. That's your reed valve cover. You're going to pull that side off first, and then you should be able to get the second side off. Very easy. Then this will come out. You can unplug that right there. Set it off to the side. Out of the way. Now, these screws are Allen heads. There's no easy way to do it. You're not going to be able to get any kind of cool machinery in here to make your job faster, I don't think. I used just an Allen wrench. It was not easy. Getting the bolts off, they have Loctite on them. Just go slow. You know, you don't want to strip them out or anything like that. But when you get them off, it's going to look... Man, I don't know with my camera if I'm getting a good picture of this or not, but that's kind of what it looks like there. Your reed valve will be sitting in there like that. Now, I took a pair of needle nose vice grips, and it wasn't very hard at all to pull it out. You know, I didn't have to really crank down on it or anything like that, or use a screwdriver or anything, because you don't want to tear this outside. This outside here, this is like a gasket right here, so you don't want to tear that or gouge that with anything. Just put the needle nose pliers would probably work. Like I said, it's not that very hard to get out. Just set it in between there, grab the middle piece there, and pull it out. And you turn it over, and it's going to look like that. It'll probably have debris on it. I think there's a solvent they make that you can use to clean it. However, I used rubbing alcohol and a toothbrush, and just basically just scrub the debris off of it very easily. You don't want to bend these. You don't want to bend these reeds, these valves, because you bend that, your bike is not going to run right. So be very careful not to drop them or bend them in any kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. So I've already cleaned that off. I used a hair dryer to dry it. Now I'm scraping the debris out of the hole. I didn't squirt alcohol down in this hole. I wouldn't advise that. But I am using a kind of a coarse bristle toothbrush, not a metal brush, a toothbrush. And I'm just scraping the debris out of there. Remember to cover your throttle bodies up so you don't get any debris in there while you're doing this, because you know it could be dirty in here and you never know what can happen. But it's very simple to do. While you're in here, you could go ahead and change your spark plugs. This process is a little bit more difficult. These two right here, if you have the spark plug puller tool, it's not too bad. It's fairly easy. Now the end ones, on both sides, you want to do one side at a time. What you'll have to do is pull this side fairing off. I haven't done this, but it looks like you could just undo this bolt here, and underneath there's a plate, a motor mount plate, and there's, let's see, 1, 2 more bolts under there, and then this plate comes off, and then that will allow you to get to this spark plug here with your puller. You're probably going to need that tool to get it. I haven't tried it with anything else yet, but yeah, Then bolt that side back up after you put your new plug in. Then you go to the other side, do the same thing. There's the same plate on the other side. You want to do this at one side at a time because these are motor mounts and it could cause the engine to drop a little bit. So I would do it one side at a time. That would be the best advice I could give to you. But yep, that's pretty much all there is to cleaning your reed valves. I take these out because it's impossible to do without taking these things here out. So they come out fairly easy and they go back in fairly easy. But just make sure you keep everything in a place where you know how it goes back together. See, like when I took all my stuff apart, I laid it out just like it goes back in the bike. So that way I don't get confused. I do one side at a time. If you've never pulled the air box out of a first generation ZX10, the only way it's going to come out is to turn it. When it's in there, it's going to be hard. You're going to turn it this way, and then it'll come out. If you try to turn it the opposite way, you're going to have a headache before you give up, most likely. I took the side fairing off on this side to get to that last bolt in here on my reed valve. It was a little bit difficult. If you have a shorter Allen wrench, you could probably do it, but make sure when you're in here and you're taking the bolts out, you might want to try to do it from the back side in between the radiator. Don't do that, because what will happen is you'll wind up smashing these fins on your radiator and your bike will start running hot and you'll wonder why. So that's what this rubber here is for. It's to keep things from getting out of control down there and smashing them fins. Also to keep dirt and debris off this head piece here. So but yeah, do the work inside the frame here if you can. That's about all there is to it. Make sure you put it back together the exact same way you took it apart, and you shouldn't have a problem. Like I said, I use rubbing alcohol. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Make sure the pieces are dry before you put them back in there. And that's about it. So leave your comments. If I can help in any way, let me know.